Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a doorstop.
It is. It looks amazing.
You're listening to On the Mones, where we have conversations about hormones, midlife, and the moments that make us wonder, is it just me? I'm Kate. I'm a 48-year-old pharmacist and newly minted perimenopausal oversharer. This is where we talk openly about the changes we aren't prepared for, so we never have to feel alone in them again. I acknowledge the Camaragal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land which I am recording today. I pay my respects to elders past and present, and I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Well, hello, smart women, and welcome back to a very, very special... I'll try that again. Special. Well, hello, smart women, and welcome back to a very special combinatorial episode where we have the wise smart women, the Skeptic Zone, and On the Mones podcasts all combined. So how have we combined it, Richard? What are we going to call it then? Why?
Well, we have an embarrassment of riches. We could call it the Why Smart Women Are On the Mones Zone.
Oh yeah, I like that. Why smart women are on the Moans Zone. Okay, that's where we are today, listeners. So for people that are not residing in Australia, and thank you so much for tuning in, we also have a very, very special guest from the United States of America. Good morning.
Good morning.
Angela, would you like to introduce yourself and say what you're doing here and what your job is and how amazing you are?
Well, sure. You got the time?
Yes, where do you start?
No. So, I literally just flew in this morning from the U.S. I came down to Australia to go to the Nauticon being put on by the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe in conjunction with the Australian Skeptics. So I'm extremely excited to be here. And then I'll also be stalking them over to the New Zealand Skeptics meeting as well. So that will be my first time to New Zealand.
Your very first time to New Zealand. Where is it in New Zealand? Is it in Wellington?
No, it's in Christchurch.
Beautiful.
But I'm flying to Auckland first, where I plan to go jump off a bridge. As
you do.
Yeah.
Go to Auckland, jump off a bridge.
Precisely.
Seems sensible.
Yeah.
Now, I've known Dr. Angela for, the best part of 20 years, almost 20 years.
We were doing the math today.
Yeah.
We've determined that's pretty close to the actual time frame.
And I met her first in Atlanta, Georgia, where I went to speak at what they call Dragon Con.
Yes, I know Dragon Con.
I don't know Dragon Con.
Explain Dragon Con, please,
Well,
to the Dragon Con novice over here, busily eating her eggs. Do go on.
It's like a huge combination of pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, art, science.
It's one of the world's largest pop culture science fiction fantasy conventions.
Sounds
and
fun.
it's in Atlanta every Labor Day weekend. And I am the assistant director of the Skeptic track there.
Wow.
But it's colossal. I mean, when I went almost 20 years ago, it was colossal. And when I went in 2017, it was twice as colossal. I can't imagine what it's like now.
It's still pretty big. We did take a hit because of COVID. We had numbers that decreased, but they're back up to where they were pre-COVID.
Right. So the commonality between all of us here, broadcasting from Roseville, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia.
Give them a go. Calibrate Coffee.
And we are at a very nice cafe that's called Calibrate Cafe.
Yep.
So if you are roaming around the Roseville area, or Chatswood, do pop in for a coffee. But the commonality between all of us is that we are all highly skeptical and trying to, I suppose, fight the scourge of disinformation that is currently flooding.
What did you say earlier, or Kate or somebody? We're all anti-woo? No, anti-wellness.
We're strongly anti-wellness. And speaking of that, last night on Four Corners, which is an ABC production here in Australia, they were talking about... that's a sulphur-crested cockatoo making that noise, by the way. Quiet.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's right. They were talking about the misnomer, I think, of longevity and what people are doing to try and embrace longevity. And one of the things they're doing is taking peptides. Do you want to talk about peptides? You got any interest in peptides? Yeah, she's laughing now and looking depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to say, is there?
I need to know a bit about peptides. I don't know much about it.
So, what is a peptide? It's a short chain.
A short chain of amino acids.
Amino acid. And at the moment, it is being absolutely, it's exploded. I don't know what it's like in the States, but here in Australia, it is exploded across the internet, mainly due to clueless influencers that are unpacking it in a very excited manner, shoveling it into themselves.
I want to discuss. Sorry, I've cut you off.
Yeah, do. Just cut me off because I'd like to have my toast.
Yes, have your toast. I want to get, and I'll just talk for a little bit, Dr. Angie, while you get that mouthful in. But I want Dr. Angie's opinion on. So last night on the report, Norman Swan, Dr. Norman Swan was he was interviewing a whole lot of different people, but he interviewed the chief medical officer of the TGA, which is, you probably know, Dr. Angie, it's our equivalent of the FDA.
Therapeutic Goods Administration.
So he was interviewing the chief medical officer and really saying to her, why is it that the TGA has not got better control over these illegal substances that are being prescribed? To which she said, it's not the TGA's responsibility to regulate prescribing. That's APRA, which is our health professional regulatory body, which I suppose is true. But when she said it, it sounded so much like shirking of that responsibility. It sounded so weak to me. That she was like, well, we always let practitioners prescribe with a certain amount of leeway, and it's down to the practitioner and how confident they feel, but then also knowing that they have given the patient enough information to make an informed consent, like of the risks. Just found that crazy.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said for giving physicians leeway for clinical judgment, because there are quite a few things that we use off-label in that sense. So one of my favorite examples is colchicine was prescribed for gout for a century, and then they actually did some testing to verify that it was effective against gout, pulled it off, and then reissued it a patent on it, so the price went up dramatically. We had known that it worked for almost 100 years, and I actually think that's kind of unethical to reissue it under a new administrative use, under a new use. The FDA was able to grant a specific recommendation for gout based on those studies.
But colchicine was FDA approved.
It was, but not for that particular use. And so when they took it and actually did the trials, this happened probably 20 years ago or something. And then when they reissued it under this particular usage, they were able to put it at the higher price.
But these peptides aren't approved at all, for nothing, for no use, for laboratory use only.
Yeah.
And it's on the grey market. They say it's all the grey market. And when they actually took these peptides and took it into a lab, sometimes it only had, it's same as we know this is what happens with supplements, right? That they might have only had 46% instead of the 100%.
Or zero.
And there was one, it was absolutely zero.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not only that, they can cause cancer and all sorts of stuff. So it was sort of. And what can you explain about the blue?
No, because they were putting toxic levels of copper in. Toxic levels of copper.
To make it blue.
To make the solution look blue.
Because that sounds like a great idea.
Great idea.
Right. So the people, then you've got an influencer opening the box, and there it is, and it's in a blue vial, and it looks like it's really going to make them. What's it meant to do, a peptide? Make you strong?
I think
and make you young.
It depends on the peptides. So some are meant to help you regenerate after your workout. Some are meant to help you I don't know.
Look amazing. Bulk up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was very interesting, and we've been aware for quite a while that peptides are an absolute nightmare, and they're a scourge, because as we know, they can cause a lot of damage, can't they?
Well, unregulated growth in the body that you don't know what is going. Oh, that man's just started.
Someone in a Hilux.
How rude! Is trying to leave his parking spot.
Off you go.
Up you go.
Bye. See ya.
We really are on the side of the street.
Yes,
here,
we
folks.
really are.
It's come to this. We're podcasting from the side of the
Yeah, we
sidewalk.
really are.
So put a little hat out for contributions.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yep. So that was that, and I guess more broadly, yeah, we're just anti-wellness. We're just
Well,
generally-
are they getting around that by being by selling it as supplements, or are they prescription only?
No, they're prescription only. And so the lady that he was interviewing had an on-screen medical appointment with. She was on her phone. It was all audio, and she got prescribed a peptide stack, but the prescription that she got, so her supplement and whatever, didn't have a doctor's signature on it, but it had been prescribed by this online doctor.
an online
was-
doctor, yeah. And then he asked her a number of pointless questions. How old are you?
Have you tried sleeping better?
Yeah. Have you?
Are you exercising? Are you eating well?
Da 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 da.
Well, those are all relevant questions
They
for
are.
a doctor to ask.
They
but
are.
But to end up then
Yeah.
prescribing a useless, possibly
Well, it just sounded
dangerous
very
peptide.
performative. If you're just gonna, can we just take a quick detour, because I want to discuss with the pod. I was at a friend's house on Sunday and was meeting people that I'd never met before, and he had made this amazing bruschetta, and it had all these lovely pieces of basil, and I had an hours-long conversation with this lady I didn't know, and then I went to the bathroom and I had the most enormous piece of basil on one of my teeth, like, of all time. And I was like, holy shit, it is not okay to let somebody go through a conversation. The reason I bring it up is because you've got quite a lot of toast in your teeth.
Excuse me while I rinse.
Just rinse. But I just thought I would ask, because nobody else is listening.
Well,
I would just ask.
Everybody listening is actually, they knew that Annie had
Checking
stuff in her
their teeth.
and
Yeah,
I'm now
They
they were
brushing my teeth.
They
So
just didn't want to say
I
anything.
came back and said to this lady, you can't let somebody talk for an hour with, and she said to me, just thought you had really bad decay on that tooth. Anyway,
It's true. Is it better gone?
it's much better, and I love you enough to tell you.
Thank you. It is so true. The embarrassment.
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Everyone should carry a little
the hell?
mirror.
Yeah, that's right.
We all do have little mirrors with us now on our phones,
We
don't
do.
we?
I can't bear to look at it though.
It's probably a bit vain, though, to keep pulling you.
That was the
That was the bus. That was the 558 bus.
558
That's the
bus.
558.
Where does that go?
It's very nice.
Anyway,
It's heater.
that was just a quick detour.
No, I think it's highly relevant, don't you? So, Richard,
Yes.
over to you.
Hello.
Hello.
So yesterday I was in the pharmacy, as we often find ourselves in pharmacies for one reason or another.
Yes.
And
To get your TGA registered, scientifically proven
Yes.
medicines.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And
For encroaching on your space, but the sun is quite bright.
Yeah, move along.
I then suddenly got boiling, so I've had to move away. Don't take it personally. I do like you.
the day is moving on.
I'm like moving in on her like an iceberg, like a glacier.
You're in the chemist.
I'm in the chemist, and to the side of the counter there, they had some disused boxes they get their supplies in. With when the packets are all gone, they get rid of the boxes, recycle, I guess. And this particular box happened to be from a company called Brower Natural Medicine. Now,
Brower.
Brower make other things too, don't they?
And how is Brower spelt?
AUR.
BRAUR, I think.
I think so.
Brower.
I've got a picture
Not
right here.
Bauer.
Not Bauer.
Oh, not Bauer. I'm confusing
Bauer.
it.
No, you're confusing Brower with Bauer.
I am.
BRAUER.
Oh.
Bauer. Brower. Sorry.
Brower. So it looks like Bauer,
It does.
which is maybe a bit scammy.
It sucked me in. I thought we
Now-
were talking about.
Right. But this company is based in South Australia, and they primarily make homeopathic stuff.
Lovely for
which
them.
you can find in pharmacies.
So they don't make anything.
They
make water.
So they make
Nothing.
nothing.
What got me about this packaging was I was just mindlessly looking at it, and there it says, powered by black elderberry, backed by science.
Let's repeat that. Powered by go.
Black elderberry,
Okay.
backed by science.
course it is.
By science.
Now,
Is it though?
I laughed.
Yeah, is it though?
I laughed out loud because I know this company for peddling sugar water and pretending it's medicine, and they've been doing it for years. So when I saw anything to do with this company and they're claiming it's backed by science, made me really laugh. And it reminded me that, maybe the best part of 20 years ago, the Australian Skeptics gave their Ben Spoon Award to the pharmacies of Australia who forget their morals long enough to sell quackery and homeopathy and things like that. And of course, you can go into pharmacies now. Not every pharmacy, I guess.
Most, I reckon.
Most.
Here is me sucking myself from every potential job I may ever apply for.
Yeah.
It's true.
And you can
It's true. Poor
you can
Kate.
find to
Firing myself in advance.
call a duck a duck. You can find quackery in pharmacies, but that's how they have to make a lot of money. Kate.
Is it though, Richard? Why can't they be a wine bar? Why couldn't
that's an
they sell?
outstanding idea.
Why could they
I
not
like this.
sell gardening equipment like tools, or I don't know? Why could they not be a boutique fashion shop? Like, why does it have to be
I don't know what that was.
Something that
medicine
can really hurt somebody.
adjacent bullshit?
Yeah.
Like, it could be a cafe, couldn't it? It doesn't have to be all that rubbish.
Or the woo. You can also find, although I can't remember if that's a noisy pickup truck. I've also seen the bracelets made out of copper bracelets
Yep.
for arthritis. You can
Or
get in
ear
pharmacies.
candles,
Ear
as
candles.
you.
Ear
Yeah, I know.
candles.
There's a whole.
Yeah.
Even this last week, I was in a pharmacy and there on the shelf were ear candles.
So I'm giving a present.
What actually is an ear candle?
You stick it in. I shit you
it's a
not. I
funnel
shit you
sort of
not.
shape.
You stick it in your ear.
Yeah.
How rude.
Well, don't please don't.
No, don't. That's true.
Please don't.
Sorry,
Here it
Dr.
is.
Angie.
And
You explain.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So it's a candle that people put in their ears.
Yeah.
And it's hollow, I think.
And it's hollow, and you are supposed to set it on fire.
The other end.
In your
order to-
ear?
Yeah,
In your
because
ear.
that
the other,
sounds like
the way
what
at the end.
could possibly go wrong, and it is supposed to draw out I don't know what toxins or some
Toxins,
magic
ear toxins.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to?
You're
curse?
allowed to swear.
Okay, I'm not allowed to swear.
She allowed
You
to
are
swear.
allowed
She
to.
does
I am allowed
online.
to swear. Okay.
Well, it depends on whose podcast it'll end up on.
Okay,
on hers
BS.
you are, on hers
Or
probably.
some
on
other
mine.
BS. Some other BS. Anyway, but it's supposed to do magic, and
Yeah.
I'm not clear on.
It's meant to-
I've heard a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But I actually
By
had
pressure or something.
at a hairdresser that I used to go to in Atlanta. They were very proud that they were going to be able to offer ear candling. And I sent an email. I said, please don't do this.
Thanks,
this
Chris.
is a terrible idea. It can cause burns. It can cause injury, to permanent injury to tympanic membranes. Please don't do this. And
Can you
they-
explain tympanic membranes?
Oh, I'm sorry, the eardrum. You can actually damage
So
the eardrum.
it sounds like you could look. So it drips down. Something drips into your ear.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Possibly.
Meant,
It's not meant to,
But
it
how do you
could.
get it out? I don't know.
Well, it's a
No.
long candle, and you're supposed to set it on the end that's outside the ear on fire, and you put it
sounds
out
great.
before it approaches the skin, I guess. But
The first time I saw it was at a Mind Body Wallet, Mind Body Spirit Expo.
Yep.
And I looked and I thought, this can't be.
And they're
What are these
selling them in
people doing?
chemists.
It's something to do with pressure, isn't it? Like,
Well, that's their hypothesis.
That they claim it draws out stuff.
Yeah.
Of course it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
But
true.
this particular set of ear candles I discovered just the other day, Australian handcrafted ear candles intended to provide a sense of well-being and relaxation.
intended to provide.
That's the
it's
only
all
claim.
vague.
I
It's
love
all
that.
vague
And-
nonsense.
And on the back of the
Right.
packet, in big letters, this is not a medical device.
It
well,
is
in big
definitely
letters.
not medical advice.
Well, bigger
What does
letters.
it say? Do not reinsert candle if for some reason it comes out of the ear canal. Oh, single use only. Oh, I see. They're worried about infection control. Got it.
Oh,
Got it.
Yes, that's a really
Got it.
interesting
Important.
thing for them to worry
Thank
about.
goodness.
And there's just so much to your point, Dr. Angie, in the language. So the language is vague,
But so soothing.
so soothing, but also back to the peptide things. This idea of a stack, then the notion of stack then evokes some sort of notion of being stacked and being
Better.
ripped and,
Yeah.
and better, and it's
Maxed.
like all
Maxed.
maxed. So it's very interesting, the language that's used. And then, of course, our brains, the brains just suck that up. The human brain just loves that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I was watching Four Corners last night thinking, actually, I mean, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You can have something that helps you recover faster from the gym or make your skin more glowy or whatever. I'm telling you, the second they're TGA listed, I'm going to be on them all.
Yeah.
For the benefit of listeners in Australia, of course, you can watch that episode of Four Corners on the ABC iView.
It was really good.
And if you want to watch Barnaby Joyce yelling at an imaginary dog, then watch the 7:30 report.
Oh my gosh, that's comedy.
I missed that.
It's lucky you missed that.
Barnaby Joyce is a colourful politician in this country.
Colourful.
Well, it covers a lot of sins, doesn't
Sure
it, to say
does.
they're colourful. Yes.
He's a lot more polite than we would be.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
But back to your point, Richard, like one of the things with the elderberry is if you're not cooking it, you can actually get diarrhea and abdominal pain and nausea and vomiting. So,
Yeah.
What's the
if
point of
you're-
elderberry, Dr. Angie?
Well, if you want to induce nausea or vomiting or diarrhea, you can eat it raw.
Lovely. But what do you think they're using it for? What's
Well,
the
they're
claim?
claiming that antioxidants are
Oh,
there,
I
but
see.
you can get that anywhere, and too much antioxidants is actually not a good thing.
No, and also, what does that even mean? Like,
I don't know. A lot
What does antioxidant mean?
well, I suppose it means
Oxidative stress on cells
means
is
not
what is
free radical.
believed to be responsible for aging, and to some extent there is some truth to that. But you do need oxidative functions because
right.
that's how your cells clean up.
This is the product in
Right.
question.
Uh-huh.
Brower Immune Plus Black Elderberry. There we go.
Oh, we've spoken about boosting your immune
Boosting your
system
immune
before
system.
as if it's like a Wi-Fi signal
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can just boost it.
Yeah, don't it boost? You don't want an autoimmune disease.
No, exactly.
But as I say, this is from the company who have been selling magic sugar pills for years and getting away with it, you know. In fact, I mean, over 20 years ago, 2004, we had a convention here in Sydney, and I went out and I bought to the chemist, and I bought a big packet of sleeping tablets from this company. And it's the classic thing where you open up the whole packet and eat the lot.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Because they don't work.
it's
Oh,
the
I see.
sugar.
Because they're lollies. Yeah, I
It's
see
the
what you
lollies,
mean.
Yeah, the candy, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are they hoping for? Just placebo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sleep's a great one for placebo,
Yeah, it
isn't
really
it? Because
is.
it's so ritualistic.
Yep.
You read the packet, sends you off to sleep, apparently.
I'm presenting at the PSA conference at the end of this month, and the PSA is our Pharmaceutical Society of Australia, and they have just released their new code of ethics. And I'm giving a plenary session
Oh my God, are you?
on how unethical it is to sell things in pharmacies that you know doesn't work. So do you think I'm ever going to work in this country again?
Never.
No, me neither.
Oh, I want to be there.
I want to be there
I'll be
too.
there too.
Yeah, come on.
I'll come along and I'll swallow bottles and bottles of sleeping tablets.
Or you could just be my security, Richard, to help escort me off the stage so that I can make it back to my
I mean,
car.
we could say, you could be talking on. My friend Richard's here. He went into your pharmacy and he bought sleeping tablets. Richard, come up. Hello.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because there's absolutely no. I feel quite confident and calm about it because
What, giving the talk?
yes, because what's the
Good for you.
argument? You know phenylephrine doesn't work.
You know
So
homeopathy doesn't
and
work.
if you know that,
It does if you give it IV.
yes, that does. That's right. So you know that oral phenylephrine doesn't work. If you don't know that, then you shouldn't.
Be in
Then
the
you shouldn't be
pharmacy.
working.
Yeah.
If you do know that, then you shouldn't be selling it. So where do you sit on?
Hang on, explain the difference. So there's phenylephrine, which doesn't work.
It doesn't
for
work if you take
orally.
it orally for nasal decongestion.
And why is that?
Well, because it just doesn't work. But
It's not
what
absorbed.
does work?
It's too
it
metabolized.
does, yeah, the medication does not work if you give it orally.
You don't get enough of it absorbed, and I think it's metabolized. I think it's metabolized away.
Yeah, so it's got to go through first pass through the liver, and it metabolizes. But when you give it IV, we're giving it for blood pressure in that situation. So it does increase blood pressure if you give it IV. So we do it sometimes in ICU patients.
So what does work in terms of nasal
For
decongestion?
we use pseudoephedrine
So, which
does
is
work.
it just to my untrained
Yeah,
ear,
they
sound very, very similar.
They do.
If I went into a chemist, you could give either of those things to me,
Correct.
except that I'd ring you or I'd ring you in America. That could be quite expensive to ask you the difference, but still, I'd give it a shot.
These days.
Asleep, that's the only thing. But
Yeah, I'll just text you and go,
text me. Yeah.
please tell me the difference. And that's the problem, is the languaging around it is really confusing. And I'm skeptical and I get confused, right?
Yeah. Well, you can video call for free these days, of course.
I'll do that now.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time I go into a chemist, wait for my call.
Well,
It's
I work
Annie
nights.
again.
I work nights.
Okay, so it's gonna
that'll
work.
be
So it
a
might work
perfect
out.
time frame.
You'll be saving somebody, right? You'll be
Yeah.
doing CPR and
Hold on,
it'll
I gotta
be me.
take this call.
it's an important call.
Whenever we Dr. Angie and a group of friends,
Lovely and clean.
we play golf sometimes on the headsets. You know,
Excuse me?
we play virtual golf.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cute.
That is
Yeah.
sort of cute.
But we say, okay, we've got a little group. Who wants to play? They say, oh, yeah, I can make it. Dr. Angie says, sorry, I'm fighting Darwin.
Fighting Darwin,
I'm
yeah.
trying to keep people removing themselves from the gene pool.
My Instagram feed at the moment seems to be X-rays, emergency department X-rays. God, they're brilliant. Love them so much.
What did I say all that again? I'd split off. I was looking at that sign that said Via Rustica.
there's this great one, and what is it when the vertebrae just slightly slide? It's called something.
Subluxation.
Yes. So he's standing in front of a.
Oh, just a chiropractor.
He's standing in front of. No. It's a radiologist, and he's presenting this this scan, and so he's got it behind him and on the light box, and he's saying, "Have you noticed the slight subluxation between L whatever? Oh, sorry, were you completely was your attention taken away by the enormous cucumber, or you know?" And he's like, "Yes, this was a male
So
patient."
subluxation is a real medical term? I thought it was
It is.
a chiropractic term.
Well, they've sort of been squishy about the definition of it for years, and have finally settled on it as a functional definition in the chiropractic literature, such as it is. But there is such a thing as subluxation in
Okay.
actual medical radiological.
I'm going to find it for you now.
Yeah.
Oh, so they've just co-opted it.
They co-opted
and misused it.
and misused it.
and it's now central to everything.
Correct.
So any condition that you have is because
Because of a
your
subluxation,
subluxation has not
yes.
been eradicated.
No, but like if you felt that kind of sagging of your shoulder joint, like when it feels like it's going to pop out almost.
Made me sit up straight when you
that's
said
called,
that. Yeah.
Well, that's a subluxation. Like if you're.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, that's called a
Oh,
subluxation.
Richard, we've learned something
Oh, we
today.
have?
Many things we've learned.
I always learn
darling,
something.
look at
Well-
Mia.
You're such
sweet little dog.
a dog.
Dog just walked
I'm a
past.
dog sook, according to my husband.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a dog
Our
sook.
friend Lara is a big dog sook, I must say.
She's she even forgives my dog, the Black Assassin, who sits in the dark and stares at me overnight, plotting my murder. Plotting your murder. She does.
That's what the Skeptic Zone cats do, actually.
But Lara loves
They're going to
her.
eat your eyeballs first.
They will, yes. Squishy bits. Hello, what's this?
Oh, anterior listhesis, yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is funny.
Oh, yes.
Can you please send me that?
Yeah, the CT, yeah.
Goodness me. But yes, you're fighting Darwin quite often, Dr. Angie, in Ohio mostly, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I live in Atlanta, but I work in Ohio, even though that's a long way.
I was going to say, is that far?
It is a long way. If you drive, it's
how
about
long?
a 7-hour drive, but I fly. So.
How
First
often
class.
do you do that?
Oh, about once a week or so. It depends on the situation. So, like, I worked the first 2 weeks of July in order to be here for the next 3 weeks.
Thank you for coming.
I'm so excited to be here.
So hang on. You live where? In
Atlanta, Georgia.
and you have to go to Ohio.
And I work in Cincinnati.
So you have to fly because it's a 7-hour trip. You fly to work.
That's right.
How often do you do that?
About once a week on average, but like I'll bank hours in the sense that I worked pretty much the first 2 weeks of July in order to come down here for 3 weeks.
So and this is a regular gig. So is and what do you stay down there near the hospital?
I stay. Well, I work at a lot of hospital system in town, and so they'll move me between the different hospitals wherever they need.
And where do you stay?
I stay in a hotel.
Okay, right.
Do they have hospitals in Atlanta? You could.
They do, and I worked there for a while,
Yeah.
but the situation in the emergency departments in Atlanta versus in other parts of the country, there were plenty of emergency docs in Atlanta.
Right.
And they needed me in Cincinnati, and so that's where I work.
Great.
And sometimes Dr. Angie is driving back from Cincinnati to Atlanta, and I'll get a call. And she's saying, I need some trivia questions.
yeah.
Keep me going. So she's driving along, and I'm saying, okay, how many moons does,
Well, that was it's pretty complicated. So I worked for the same company back before COVID, and since I'm part of the travel crew, they actually disbanded the travel crew because there just were not enough patients. Right. Hospitals were closing, and so emergency departments were closing. We didn't see the heart attacks that we had seen before. We didn't see the strokes. We don't know. Were people dying at home? Yeah, they were either dying at home or just living through it and dying of COVID or not.
Maybe they were all taking homeopathy and got better.
Maybe they were.
Buckets of tablets.
Yeah.
So how, in your practice as being an emergency doctor, how much sort of woo do you come across of people saying, I don't want to take that because I'm on a special supplement, or I don't want a vaccine? How much of that do you see when it comes down to emergency? I imagine that's different.
Well, it is and it isn't. When people come to the emergency department, often they've tried those things and they didn't work. And there's always a little piece in my mind that says, like, why did you come to me?
Yeah.
Then if you don't believe what I have can work. But I'll hear people say, like, I don't like pills, and I'm like, well, that's what I've got. So how can I help you? So, but I do have to shut that piece down in order to maintain my curiosity about what the situation is, so that I can hopefully help them. So
people have gone through the whole alt-med wellness thing before they arrive to you, and that nothing's worked.
Sometimes, yeah.
It must be very frustrating, though, is it?
It can be. It definitely can be. And then there are others that I can sometimes reach. Like, for example, one of my favorite examples was a patient that had a rash from their power band, and I explained to them.
Unpack power band, please, Richard.
Richard, why don't you tell us the story about the power band?
Very quickly.
Go, no, not too quickly. You want to hear all the details.
All right.
It sounds
Around
great.
2008, a company decided to basically swindle people by claiming that a plastic wristband with a little hologram in it, like credit card holograms, if you wore it, it would increase your balance, your strength, your flexibility, your blood, just vague sort of things.
Yeah, it worked for me. It's why I'm so amazing today.
And they would demonstrate it by doing what we call applied kinesiology body tests. In other words, people would put out their arm, and they'd press down on the arm, and you say, oh, look, you see, you're sort of a bit weak.
No, but you have to hold some butter or something when you're doing this. Is that thing where you hold a raisin or butter?
But what they'd do then is they'd say, now wear this band, and they'd do the test again, and lo and behold,
you could hold,
strong.
you could be strong.
Now, this is a trick. You do this trick on people by applying different pressure and understanding the center of gravity.
So just for people, because it is audio, Richard had his arm out to the side, and what they do is they will press on the arm while you're holding something. Then your arm goes down, and then they put the bracelet on, and then they apply pressure on the arm in a different spot, you're saying.
In a subtly different way.
And so then you can actually hold the arm straight and it doesn't collapse. And this is meant to indicate that the arm, that the band, the bracelet is efficacious.
But there's a whole...
And making you stronger.
Making you stronger.
Or whatever.
Or weaker,
without
or whatever.
Going to the gym.
Yeah.
But there's a whole industry called applied kinesiology. It's a quack industry called applied kinesiology. We've looked at something online.
We have.
Where people run courses and they're all there pushing patients' arms down and pretending to... here's the thing. I think a lot of them really think it works.
Is that the guy flapping his thing around? That sounds really sorry.
Hang on.
No, that was your Saturday night.
Oh my God. Kate.
You saw that video, yes.
That's hurt my stomach.
Sorry, he knows what I mean.
Kate is
Well, there was in my defense, there was a hand gesture accompanying that comment.
I don't think that makes it any better, does it?
It was the only logical conclusion to draw.
Now, the thing this guy was flapping around, it's called a biotensor. It's based on the same principle as water divining.
Do
and water
tell us,
dowsing.
and what do you
It's
flap
a
about?
It's a long wire with a springy bit on it, and you hold it and it wobbles a lot. Okay.
Sorry, I've ruined it.
She broke me.
That's it.
And
You flap it around, go
you
on.
flap it around, and owing to the exaggeration of the wobble, you can diagnose somebody's illnesses.
I've seen it.
You know?
You have seen it.
It's a guy in the library.
What?
Or a bookshop, and he was flapping it around.
I cannot.
It's inappropriate.
I can't help but think that Richard may have just invented a new form of woo.
I reckon someone's already done it.
No, you can't. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Anyway, to get back to the basis, yes. So this company was selling these wristbands, doing these dodgy tests.
And the flappy thing.
And I went on TV, and all I did was apply the Australian distributor to a double-blind test.
Yeah.
And he failed 6 out of 6 tests.
Yeah.
And that began the ball rolling, the snowball rolling, which led to the company going into liquidation.
Wow, good job, Richard. Good job. Big round of applause for Richard.
And if people want to see that, I'll add a link in this week's show notes. They can see me on TV in 2009.
My God.
Debunking
Is
this
your
stuff.
hair in a different colour?
My hair was a different colour.
It was indeed.
It was.
But anyway, so sorry, back to Dr. Angie. So your
Well,
patient
that's
had
perfectly relevant because I had that video available, and this patient was absolutely convinced by this magic trick that these people had been doing and sold him a power band. But he was having a reaction to the plastic or the silicone,
Oh,
whatever
my
it was.
God.
He had a rash from it,
Right.
and I was absolutely convinced it was due to this bracelet contacting his skin. And he explained how convinced he had been by this demonstration. And I not only pulled up the video, but I gave him my stethoscope to hold and demonstrated this trick that Richard had taught me.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Yeah.
he took the band off and threw it away.
Oh, yay.
No.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
So-
No, it made me happy
One
too.
of the businesses that we were looking at a little while ago, I think they're based right here in this suburb, aren't they? One of the applied kinesiology practices.
I don't know.
I think so.
Yes, I think that's right.
I think they are, yeah. And they advertise courses, and you can pay a lot of money to pretend,
Well, they were advertising it at the Woo Woo Fair, weren't they? For sure.
at the Woo Woo Fair, yeah. Mind, Body, Wallet, that's right.
I like the woo-woo fair.
It's the Woo Woo Fair. Yeah.
This is the one thing I've done, Dr. Angie. I've introduced Kate and Annie to Mind, Body, Spirit.
My body wallet.
Months to
Mind,
get
body,
over it.
wallet.
I had to go and lie down outside. I was so
You've never been back.
I can't go near it again. It just,
You've been back.
I know, it just
Yeah.
disturbs me emotionally because of that. It's like watching the thing on longevity last night on the 7:30 report. It's the certainty in their voices when they're talking about the woo. And of course, we know that certainty circumvents the critical thinking skills. We know that somebody that's certain and who's charismatic, the brain just shuts down and goes, "Oh, that sounds great," because they're promising the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And when people, the general public, go to Mind, Body, Wallet, they assume people behind all the stalls know what they're talking about.
Yes, and then they
Yes.
sound
And they
like they
assume
do.
that it works.
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm at the point now where it seems to me irrelevant whether or not the person believes it or not. It's like irrelevant. It's still
Oh, yeah.
dangerous.
Okay.
It's just
At
dangerous.
the end of the day, they're still selling quackery. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you believe it. Get a grip on yourself and apply some critical thinking, you idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where I've
That's why
landed.
you're not an emergency doctor.
That is
Well,
correct.
the other thing is how persistent they can be. So I was actually at a medical conference a couple of years ago, and someone was selling one of these, peptide-based, it was a moisture thing, but then they had this
Moisture.
light therapy thing. I
Oh,
don't
the
even-
red light thing?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it didn't matter because I wouldn't talk to him. But every time I came into because they were stationed right outside the conference room, they were a sponsor for the conference.
But isn't
And-
that just illegal?
No.
Or is that paid for it?
I
Haven't
don't
they?
know. Well, they paid for a table
Shush up.
to advertise.
Not you,
I mean, I
Miss-
think it's unethical
The
for
bird.
them.
Yeah, the bird's
The
going
bird's-
nuts.
Okay,
out
I'll
there.
stop talking. She's yelling at me.
She's
now.
it's a sulfur crystal cockatoo, and they make a noise. They go, Philip. They go, Philip. They do. You listen. Wait, he's not going to do it now. Okay.
Nope, he's
do
not.
go on.
Well, anyway, so
They're outside the venue.
they're outside the venue, and
Selling some
every
crap.
time I would try to come through, he would try to get me to come over to the table, and I said no, so many times. I wouldn't even listen to his spiel. I wasn't interested. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I picked up one of the brochures, I read it, and it was nonsense, and so I put it back in. But he kept trying to chase me to get me to.
But that's interesting that they're trying to pitch that to doctors.
Well, doctors are humans just like everyone. I mean, it's not everyone that does the sort of research into the critical thinking. I mean, yes, we do have a little bit of extra
You've got science
armor.
degrees, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It just really confuses me. You're sciencey.
I also have colleagues who are into acupuncture.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's heartbreaking.
But with it, once you've done
Not a lot of them, granted. Not a lot of them, but there are some. It's a
Yeah.
non-zero. I think it should be 0, but
it should be 0.
I think that
Yeah.
cockatoo needs some acupuncture.
That must be loud through your earphones.
Oh, very loud through the earphones.
That's okay. It sets the scene.
This is a genuine on-the-street podcast recording.
Yes.
You can tell because of the
Precisely.
bloody cockatoos.
the cockatoos, the cars, the trucks, people with dogs that keep distracting me. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Why Smart Women Skeptic Zone on the Moans
Zone, skeptic women.
combinatorial podcast.
Toast pod.
Toast pod.
I love a good neologism.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, see,
There
that's
they go.
and that's goodbye from us.
And goodbye.
And goodbye from the cockatoos. And wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay well, keep your critical thinking hats on. See you later.
And-
Bye.
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 We take you back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Every